Hey guys, how's it going? We're in pre-moon pooping time. Let's set up some GIF. There it is. That's the good stuff. Punch, punch, punch. All right, let's make sure that we've got our news in the right place. Yes. Am I gonna sneeze? Ah. 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 No. It's one of those sneezes which steals my sneeze. Always the best kind of sneeze. Okay, where's my music? We actually have news to talk about. Isn't that fun? We're all doing well. People in the world who may or may not be watching. I think I've got everything set up. We may as well jump into it. No need to flamble around and play with my balls. May as well get into talking about Transformers, right? Hells yeah. Okay. Gonna do the usual. Play the music and get right into it. Okay. Music time.
Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name is Andy, Decade Andy, and we're here to talk about the news that is transforming your lives. But not really well, maybe it's transforming your lives. It depends how into Transformers you are, I suppose, doesn't it? We're talking about Transformer news! Woo! Let's go! Hello, Excel Hedge. Welcome to this week's show. Yes, it's not the penultimate episode before Christmas. That's out. When was that? Okay, it's good. The last show before, like, Crimblemas will be probably the last show of the year, because I don't think I'll be doing one on the 28th. We'll be on the 21st of this month. Oh, isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? All right, well, that's fun. So we've got at least a few weeks of talking to do. But we're going to be talking about the news. There's stuff that's happened this week. As you can see on the little roll on TFW, there's actually some stuff to chat about, some new toys and whatnot, so that's cool. We've got the reveal of Onslaught and Bruticus, and I did see how much he is costing, at least on Big Bad Toy Store. But we'll get into that, and I'm like, we'll get to that. But we're going to start off with crappy news, because when it comes to Funko Pops, it's always crappy news, at least in my eyes. Funko Pops are doing the retro toys. Hot Rod with Matrix. Shouldn't that be Rodimus Prime with Matrix? I guess it depends. Hot Rod with Matrix Glow. We've got the official images. This is going to be a limited edition glow-in-the-dark Matrix version of this figure, which will be limited to 7,500 pieces, 7,500 pieces, and will be on sale from the 12th of this month. So 5 days from recording, 4 days from uploading this podcast, and then whatever it is from when you listen to the show. If you're desperate to burn your money on the nightmares that are Funko Pops, this is going to be a thing. I mentioned it's limited. I'm not going to say. I mean, the only thing that glows in the dark is going to be the Matrix. It looks like they might suggest, at least from the image, that his chest is going to glow as well. The orange part sticker, usually that's on his chest, that might glow as well, but it is just the dead-eyed, expressionless Funko Pop. I think we have seen this style one before. I mean, I hate Funko Pops. I don't think that's a huge surprise to anybody. If you are a person who's super into Funko Pops, God rest your soul, for there's no place in heaven for you, only hell. But we can move on. We don't need to linger in darkness. As Dr. Wu show off the DWE 44 and 43. We're going to do 44 first, because it's the one I saw first. I think this will come as a 2-pack, as they usually do with Dr. Wu stuff. This is the Micromaster scaled Grasshopper, or Kickback, and 43 is Patrolman, which is Prowl, obviously both G1 styled. Micromaster scaled, little lad Insecticon boy. He has a toyetic face, so he doesn't have individual eyes. He has a visor, but he turns into a grasshopper. I guess you could argue, how good is this guy compared to the one that Hasbro did a few years back now at this point, right? Because that Kickback was pretty basic and kind of lame, and its QC was kind of iffy. It looks like this one, which is obviously going to be Micromaster scaled, is going to be reasonably similar in terms of how it transforms. I just hope that the QC on it's going to be quite good. His face is a little bit weird now that I look at it, and it's more so not his visor, which is really big, to be fair. The visor on his face is really large, but also his little mouth. I will give them props. He has a skull. They've given him an expression where his mouth is a little bit open, and I guess it's meant to be a kind of like, yeah, I'm coming for you kind of expression, but looks a little odd, especially in the photo with him and Prowl together. He looks a little bit more happy and jolly than an evil Insecticon might be. Doesn't seem like he comes with his gun, and his fists are closed fists, so he has no gun-holdy hand, which is a bit of a shame. I would have liked to have seen him with his standard gun, standard Insecticon gun. Overall, Micromaster scale, you usually go, you know what, I'll let things slide. In bug mode, his hands, or rather his fists, do not kind of collapse away, so they're very visible. Micromaster scale, you go, okay, whatever. I'm not going to hold it too hard against it, because these things are reasonably small. All that I hope for this thing is the build quality is good. Will we get repaints of this guy? Probably. I would imagine so. I think, have we seen repaints talked about in like CAD models in the past? I want to say we might have. But as I usually say, it all kind of blurs together. It doesn't say anything here. The figure is 5 to 6 centimeters tall. They can't decide which it is. And he's going to be out sometime next month in January 2026. Yes, coming, baby. So what about Prowl? So Prowl is going to be Prowl. He's going to be G1 designed, 5 to 6 centimeters tall. Almost said inches. That would have been wrong. It says a nice level of posability with a cartoon accurate design. That's what they say. Let's have a look if that's true. He do look like Prowl, which I guess is the cartoon design. Again, for a Micromaster size transformer, fine. There are no thigh cuts, so his thighs don't spin, it seems. But he does have ball jointed hips. He's got an ankle tilt, it looks like. I hope he's got a bicep swivel, but hard to tell. I do think the head sculpt on Prowl seems to have come out reasonably well. Does he have a waist joint? Yeah, he's got a waist joint too. That's good. Waist joints are shockingly important. And the police car mode looks, again, for the size, pretty solid, you know? Again, I look at it and I go, yeah, it's fine. Looks like he might have a bit of back kibble. Like, you can see underneath, like, his armpit, the back of the roof is hanging down. It looks like instead of giving him a butt flap, which is the back of the car, it looks like there might be one joint somewhere in there to kind of make the car kind of roof or the back of the car kind of tuck up a little bit. I'm not sure. But at the very least, there's not a huge amount of back kibble, seemingly. I guess a complaint might be that it seems like on the car mode around the black rim of the bottom of the car, clearly parts have been painted, and the edges, you can see like a white edge highlight around the edges of, where the plastic ends. Because I assume his fists are going to be somewhere around here, probably. Where's the black bust? Yeah, it looks like the bottom of his forearms are the black side panels of the car, rather than what I remember, which is when you transform Prowl, you kind of tuck the wheels underneath the car hood, and then the arms and the fists and the forearms would go underneath the bonnet. Looks like they're not doing that with this one. They're going to be storing on the side of the car to kind of form up the side panels of the car. That's fine. That's not a big issue for me. Something to be aware of, I suppose, and it mainly just makes that issue of just a bit more obvious lines and whatnot with the design. But he's coming. This 2-pack's coming. I don't think this is a too bad 2-pack, I suppose. If I remember, and I usually don't, I think the Insecticons as a whole come with each of the Datsuns. If I remember that right, I want to say that that's true. But don't hold me to that, so... I mean, that would make sense, though, right? If you have, like, the Prowl and Smokescreen and Silver Streak all kind of bummed together with the rest of the bombshell and shrapnel. That just kind of makes sense, right? Another kit from DNA Designs doing the DK73 Devastator upgrade kit. So this is what is this? The 7th upgrade kit for Devastator, because you've had individual ones of differentiating sizes with the. Oh no, because you got what was it? A Bone Crusher Scrapper one, then you got a Mixmaster Long Haul one. No, you got a Long Haul Hook one, and then there was a Scavenger and Mixmaster one. That's it. Yeah. And now this one. So this is the fourth one. So this is going to be coming out in January. Wow. That's earlier than I suspected. Apparently, the pre-order date is the 12th again of this month. So if you want to pre-order, it's going to be coming up very soon. It says it's a full upgrade set, stowable parts, shoulder articulated parts. Well, that's good because the shoulder articulation could be better. Fixed style arm parts, forearm gap fillers, forearm extension parts, articulated hands, lower leg centering and height increasing parts, drills, weapon enhancement parts, and also rare skirt armor, and the DK71 unlocking the rear skirt armor and shield holding parts, right leg stabilizer parts, and it also says special feature the new IDW Prowler Stator sculpt with 2 face plates and plus 1 back headpiece. Back headpiece. All right, well, let's go through it. XL Head says this is getting crazy Devi level ridiculous. Yeah, there's a I mean, they're milking it. They're grabbing those teats and they're squeezing the milk out. So I can't blame them completely, but it's you know, certainly a lot, right? It's certainly a lot. So this is what we get. Oh, so this is okay. That's a weapon extender. That's what they're talking about. It looks like you can add this to the barrel or the base of the gun that you get with Scrapper's gun. It looks like it's like a part that you can kind of plug around it to make it a bit more girthy and stable, bigger. I guess we'll have a look at that when we have a look at it. So we've got the original version, which is 32 centimeters tall. We have the DK73 version, which is 34 centimeters tall, which is this one here. And then we have the DK 70, 71, 72, and the 73. And that is also 34 centimeters tall. Is there any huge difference between... there's a little bit between the 71, 2, 3... Oh, sorry, 70, 71, 72, and 73. Compared to just the 73. But it doesn't look like a substantial amount of difference. Like, I'd be tempted just to get maybe this one. Obviously, the first one helped Bone Crusher not be shit, but you had to do the whole pin nonsense thingy, which is always a bit of a gamble, I would say. Because I'm not confident with taking in and out pins. But if you want to get your Devastator to look a little bit better, yeah, you can see the shoulder, the extra shoulder joints kind of push the shoulders outwards. They have these purple pieces at the side of them. And I assume they just kind of fix that articulation. What else did they do? Is the skirt looks the same. It looks like there are parts just below the knee that extend those out a little bit as well. XL Head says, Prowler Stator head doesn't work when there isn't a prowl or a hook that becomes a right leg. But it's easy to do. That's the business reason. It's like, all we have to do is make a new head, right? And people will be happy. I don't disagree. So the 73, if you just have the 73, it doesn't have quite as tidy of a back, aka like the long haul parts that form the gigantic ass and backpack are just kind of hanging there. With the 70, 71, 72, 73, you have the weird kind of combination where you can stretch long haul's ass legs up to his neck, which I'm not sure is much better. And you get the extra feet, obviously, for Bone Crusher, which you put in between Scrapper's hands to fill that out a little bit. Again, not that impressive, I would say, personally, but yeah, it's the option. They show images of the DK38, which was the Menasor upgrade kit, which I didn't get because I didn't like the look of it personally. They show the 70, 71, 72, and 73, and then they suggest, surprisingly, to probably no one, that there may or may not be an upgrade kit with some numbers that we don't know about for Superion. But that would be crazy. Might I throw in to the discourse that maybe, just maybe, there might also be an upgrade kit for Bruticus in the future. I know I'm being crazy, but it could happen. Don't tell me it couldn't happen. Okay, so here's a look at the Devastator, the weapon, the little kind of, I don't even know what you want to call it, frame? Let's call it a frame where you plug in the extra parts for Scrapper's gun. Oh, I have the gun parts conveniently on my table, so I can just kind of plop them together. Because the gun was never, like, terrible. It just had the double handle thing, which was weird. Considering the size of Devastator, I think the gun edition thing is not super necessary, but I guess it's quite nice. I prefer it over the Prowler State Ahead. I can say that. It's, again, nothing crazy. Posable hands and fingers. I think posable hands and fingers come down really to how good the build quality is, because there've been some hands that are like posable and stuff, and you're like, yeah, but without like tension in the fingers, it doesn't really matter. These look like they might do something. Drill hands because of Devastation, the video game. It's nice reference, fine. I wish it would show off the shoulder joints a bit more. I'm guessing the shoulder joints are these things here at the top of the kind of list of bits. These things with the little silver nipple gun things on the bottom of them. I assume and hope that they're ratcheted. If they're not ratcheted joints, that would be a really dumb thing, because that was that I would say that was an issue with the shoulders in general. They should have been ratcheted to begin with, especially with the amount of faff that you have to have for like Bone Crusher and how his transformation's kind of ass. Is it worth getting every single upgrade kit for Devastator to make him look better? That's a question you have to ask yourself. I would say probably not. I don't remember thinking the Mixmaster one was that good of an upgrade kit. I don't remember thinking any of them looked that good, to be honest. I do have Show Z up, so because we're going to be talking about some Show Z things, because that's how it usually goes. Let's go quickly to DNA and have a quick evaluation with the eyes, because I think the 70, that was the Bone Crusher one. That's the Mixmaster one. 71 is the Mixmaster one. Yeah, I think. Yeah, no, that's Mixmaster. That's just Mixmaster on his own. And 72. Which one was 72 for? That was Scavenger and Mixmaster. Oh, okay. So I wouldn't say any of these look like the really essential. Like, some of them are nice, but not like super essential. Especially since the Scrapper and Bone Crusher one was £33. We don't have the... Oh, sorry, $33. We don't have the prices for the long haul one or the... Oh, I guess Hook didn't get an upgrade set. Apart from maybe the parts in here for... Is there any parts in here for Hook? I don't remember offhand, chat. I'm sorry. No, there are no upgrade parts for Hook, oddly enough. Interesting. Only a tutor. Yeah. Yeah, I thought some of the parts would fix the... What do you call it? Fix the forearms, but it doesn't look like that's the case. Unless I'm stupid, let's have a look. Oh no, it looks like there are new forearm pieces for Devastator here as well. Looks like there are, which would make sense. Yeah. It looks like there are new pieces. I don't know how they will work, but they look a little bit more interesting, I suppose. Oh, and they don't have... Oh, they also have like gap fillers on the back, since the... Excuse me, the forearms of Devastator. I mean, if you have it, you know that they're just like open and very visible. And it seems like Scavenger's chest, silver piece of Scavenger's chest, is very visible from the back. With the new forearm pieces, they kind of hide it a little bit, not completely. You can still see a little tuft of it coming up the back, but I guess it helps a little bit. Yeah, I'd say this one's probably the one to get. I would say optional add-on parts. This is a skirt, a purple piece, and then some other pieces. What's this for? Oh, okay. So if you want, you can add a back skirt to Devastator because he doesn't have one. You have then the option to, I guess, remove the giant butt flap part of Long Haul and use it as a shield. Okay. Seems a little faffy, but fine, because there are a lot of pins in that, if I recall. Long Haul's on a different table, so I can't have a look. And then you have, like, the two flat green pieces seem to go around Scrapper. Bottom here. Is that just to tidy up the silhouette? Let's see if we can find a picture of them not using it. Are these parts for the back of Scrapper? Oh, okay. So they are for the front of Scrapper. Okay. Where is he? Yeah, it looks like these pieces are. Oh, are they? I can't tell. If you look here, maybe it doesn't have the option. No, it doesn't use the optional pieces on the side-by-side images. Let's see if I can just tell by looking. So we've got some slots in here. And if we use the optional pieces, yeah, if you use these optional pieces, you can add them to the scrap, and it kind of fills in the little holes and tidies it up for the leg mode a little bit. Not a lot, not to a huge noticeable degree, at least from the images, but I'd say this is maybe the better one out of the pieces. We have like a little table here that shows Devastator, and then we have blue highlighted to show you the 73 pieces, and then 70 to 72 pieces, which kind of show you what those do. And I think to improve Devastator himself, this is the kit. The other ones were to do, I guess, minor improvements to the individual limbs, which you can judge yourself whether you think those were decent or not, you know. But I think this makes the Devastator look probably a little bit better. And if the shoulder parts are ratcheted, well, I'd say at the very least it makes that part better. And I assume they are ratcheted joints. It doesn't say if they are, but I'm going to guess. So, yeah, there you go. It's going to be coming. Pre-order soon. I also throw up this because I didn't actually see it anywhere else on TFW, but we got some images of the Gear Factory Gale, which is also previously APC Toys. This is their Dreadwing, or Skyquake. It says Skyquake, but it is Dreadwing. We've got colored images. Last time we saw it, he was uncolored. He comes with his 2 bombs. He comes with 3 heads. 4 heads? 4 heads, because he's got 1 on, and then there's 3 on the ground. Looks like the standard grumpy face, smirk face, angrier face, and then this one, which I can't really tell what this is. He has a cell phone, I think? Something that looks like a cell phone. I'm sure it's a reference from Prime that I can't remember. He has his big blaster and his sword, which I have mentioned before. Everything looks fairly nice on him, but we do see a side-by-side of him and the original toy. He's bigger than the original toy. He has none of the weird translucent parts that the original toy had, like in the forearms. In the elbow joint, they're gone. And the cockpit is also painted. I assume that's not translucent plastic either, but it's done up to look like cockpit rather than orange translucent plastic. You can see that the knees are also painted. I assume they are hard plastic versus the soft plastic of the original toy. Also got a bit of yellow on them as well. And the head looks more consistent with the body than the original one, mainly because you could tell that the original one had a rubbery head for, again, who knows what fucking reason. The shoulders with the little wing fins. Those bits, which were again very obviously rubber on the original toy, look like the solid plastic. Also have a bit of paint on them. The little dots on his shoulders, I don't know what they are, but those have been painted in to be red to give it a little bit of highlight color. It does look better. I'm sure it's gonna share the same issues the mold did originally. Oh wait, there's a minor change I've noticed. Look at that. On the bottom of his legs, on the original one, the back wing fins were on the side of his ankles. On the new version, they seem to be moved up to be on the back of his calf muscles, which is kind of interesting. I'm not sure why. If that's done through just like pegs and ports and you just pop them off and move them around, or if there's a new joint in here, it's probably you just pop them off and peg them up here, I would imagine, because he does have some ports on the side of his legs, so that's interesting. It's his remote detonator. Oh, thank you. It's not a cell. Well, it could be a cell phone. You don't know. You could have Twitter and Tinder on there. What do you think, Chad? Does this look like an upgrade? Because I'd say yes, a tentative yes, but not 100% yes. Do we have a Shozy image of the APC toys or geared toys? What? No, wait. No, I missed it. I'm stupid. APC toys, Gear Factory. We'll click on both of them because I don't know if he's appeared in either of them. No pre-orders for APC toys, Gear toys. Okay, he is on pre-order under Gear Toys on Shozy. We're not sponsored. Does it say when? No. Oh, estimated date late January. So seems like he's going to be coming reasonably soon. Again, depending on price, maybe. I feel that he's kind of similar to the Wheeljack figure. The Wheeljack was kind of a he's better. I think this one's better than Wheeljack just because seemingly will get rid of the rubbery plastic, and that's obviously that's an issue to me. But depending on the price, yeah, will they do a repaint? Yes, because it'd be weird not to do a Dreadwind version because you just slap on a new coat of paint, right? It's easy to do. What else does Shozy have to offer that's new? Well, they're doing a bricky robot concept version of their Psykill figure, not Psykill, Coptor figure. And it looks like they're doing him in a black color scheme for some reason as well. So do you like the blue one? No? What about the black one? There you go. And you've got toy head and cartoon head. What the fuck? Full. Ooh, that's a spicy boy. The full price for the figure apparently is $133. What the fuck? He's 3.55 inches tall. There's no way you're selling him for £133. And he's fucking Diddy. The original one that much? Jesus Christ, it is. What the fuck? I thought this was going to be... I don't think we had the price on this thing originally. Because this looked like a neat little toy. The Coptor. Retro style kind of Coptor figure. He looks neat. He's not $104 neat. You can suck my taint. He ain't that good. Jesus. Oh my god. No. That's disappointing. Axelhead says yes for the weapons alone. That's fair. Yeah, not having the mainline gimmick. Yeah, he did have the shite weapon, didn't he? Yeah, both of them did. And if the tail fins hinge are not prone to breaking like the original, the tail fin hinge. I'm trying to think which part you mean. I know there was the pin joint going through the wings where you flip them upwards. I know that. The back fins, the ones on the sides of his legs, I don't think. Well, I didn't see anything, at least on mine. Obviously, it doesn't mean it just because it didn't happen to mine. I don't remember hearing about them breaking, apart from if you're mentioning that now. That's interesting. They probably won't break. Show C also show off the H74H Cho 6-shot, which is their 6-shot figure. But what if, chat, he was incredibly fucking expensive? What the fuck? What if he was in translucent black? What if? What the fuck? For some reason, he's 200 and let's just round it up a cent. $260. Have the prices just gone crazy? No. For some reason, I'm guessing it's like a really limited run. It doesn't say why he's that much money compared to the original one, which was $63, going up by a significant amount to have a crap translucent variant. Is that the US tariff price? What is it in pounds? Well, it can't be because the standard figures are the same. Let's check. Yeah, I'll check the poundage. No, it's fucking us too, or fucking me too. At least I'll change the shipping as well to England, United Kingdom. See if that changes it. No, it don't even makes the thing cheaper. It's just fucking huge prices for some reason. All right. Well, also, do you remember 10,000 years ago, chat, that there was a really cool figure called Classics Optimus Prime? And 1 year for Bokon, he got an incredibly cool repaint. And unfortunately, a whole story spun around him, which people have been milking for years later. That's right, the Shattered Glass version of the Classics Optimus Prime, a fourth party, AKO company, JD-OS, dash O1S, JD-O1S Classics 1.0 OP Legend Scale. Oh, this is the small version, Shattered Glass Prime. That's right, this company did the Legend Scale of the Classics Optimus Prime. They're now doing the tiny version of Shattered Glass version of him as well. So he's done in the purple. The cracked windows are drawn on him. He comes with a stand. He comes with his standard minigun thing. His top of his cab mode gun, a translucent yellow sword, and another yellow piece, which I imagine is a sword as well. I don't know how well this did, but it is just a reasonably complex or more complex repaint of the original figure. If you never got your hands on the original and you're satisfied to have a legend scale version, this could fill your itch, I suppose. You know, till all are gone. It's got that on the top of his cab mode. That's kind of fun. Nothing too crazy to talk about there, but interesting enough. It is just a repaint. We've also got the Kang Toys TA HYL006 Long Yang Hero. You what now? It's their Grimlock figure. That's right. The Grimlock figure for their set. I guess this is the first time being shown. I think he is unpainted in complete silver colors. Yeah, it looks like him. Yes, this must be the unpainted version because they've shown him next to the rest of them. It's gonna stand in dinosaur mode at 400 millimeters long. In dinosaur mode, from tip of the tail to the snout. Reasonably posable, very Zoid styled. Gonna have a very different Grimlocky look to him, with one of his shoulder pads being the dinosaur's T-Rex's head. We have images of the chest piece of Volcanicus. Oddly enough, the chest piece to Volcanicus, because of where the T-Rex head is and the side bits, kind of looks a bit like Predaking to me. Just a little bit. He's quite busy, and his arm pieces are really kind of in robot mode, really kind of squishing him in. It almost looks like he's too clunky, if you know what I mean. Like he wouldn't be able to win a fight because his clothes are too big. XL Head says, I can't wait for Flame Toys Shattered Glass Optimus Prime with his classics body. That should be good as well. And welcome, Rodimus Power Toy Collector. Hello, welcome. But yeah, the Grimlock, it doesn't look too bad apart from being very clunky. He'll still be posable. But yeah, a little bit on the messy side. Unless this is your style, then I guess you'll be reasonably happy with it. Boop. Done with Facebook as well. Go away, Facebook. That's right. We also got images from Takara Tomy of the T-Sparks Transformers Missing Link repaint C11 Delta Magnus. So it's the Missing Link Ultra Magnus, but in his Diaclone colors / trailer colors for the movie. I'm not sure if there are any other differences. This is a redeco, new images. No, it looks like it's the same figure. I always thought this color scheme for Ultra Magnus was kind of nice, to be honest. And I guess it's another way to drop a load of money if you want the missing link version. He also comes with it really does look like Triptychon's partner. You know, his little chest robot. It's not called full. Is it full tilt? I mean, it's not full tilt with Magnus here, or the Diaclone Magnus, but it kind of looks like him in his little cart mode. But yeah, it's the exact same figure. It is just repainted. So blue Optimus Prime cab mode, and then the trailer is gray, dark blue, red, and black. It's a nice kind of color scheme, and does everything that the other one did, just in a new color. Whippy. And his little friend that I mentioned looked like full tilt is in red, with a gigantic gun over the top. Can you imagine being the driver of this car? Like, look at where the gun is. That gun goes off, you're going deaf. If you're not getting pulped just by the sound, which might happen. But yeah, again, there's not much to say here. Diaclone color scheme. Do you want this figure, or do you have the Magnus? You want another one? Because these are expensive, you know? The missing link figures are not cheap, and I feel like repaints are something to easily skip unless you're like a Diaclone collector. If you're a Diaclone collector, okay, yeah, I can see you jumping into this. Otherwise, you know, for the money, it's a little rough, at least to me. Speaking of things that are also a little rough, Robosen, show off Soundwave, and I guess Sound Blaster as well. Maybe this is Soundwave as well, just in robot mode. Why am I confused? I think it is just Soundwave, but they have him stood next to a one that's lit like it's black, but I don't think it is. No, it's not. If you look at his legs, the light shows his legs are blue. It's just the way the lighting is. His torso and arms and head have definitely kind of tinted towards the blacker end of things rather than his blue color scheme. But hey ho, we've got a video we can kind of watch on the side here of Soundwave, I guess, transforming. This makes sense. He's like one of the other big name Transformers. I'd argue he has the easiest transformation to replicate because Soundwaves just don't change the transformation scheme from the original G1 toy because it's just a solid transformation scheme. As I mentioned, I think when we saw the Age of the Primes one, so you see him transforming back and forth from tape deck to robot to tape deck. And yep, it's another Robosen. I'm sure he's going to be very, very expensive. Oh, he is. The pre-order updates are on the Robosen website. He's going to be $1,399 US dollar dues plus taxes with an early bird special price. So if you get in quick, you can get him up for only $999.99 US dollar dues. What a savings. This will be until January the 4th, so if you want to get yourself a Christmas gift, if you're so inclined, you can do that. It's the thing. It looks like he'll actually be a music player as well. Not entirely sure. We'll read the blurb as well. The first 500 pre-orders will be a Robosen's t-shirt. I think it means you'll get a Robosen t-shirt, which I'm sure is a big selling point for everybody here. Estimated shipping for it will be in April. Wait, did it show Ratbat there? Sorry, not Ratbat. Did it show Mindwipe there? Sorry, the video just showed his cassette deck opening, and then like a load of silhouettes flying out. That is why they have Mindwipe coming out of his chest. That's Mindwipe, right? This guy here. This guy right here. That's Mindwipe. Am I crazy? That can't... There's no way that they think that's Ratbat. I feel like I'm losing my mind. That's Ratbat. Sorry, yeah, Mindwipe. They have to have thought. They have to have thought, hey, Ratbat, they're both bats in it. It's fine. What the fuck? It's fun. Don't worry about it. So estimated time April. What else does it say? Preview. Iconic set mode. Oh, okay. So, as with all Robosen figures, he's got LED lights, recorded phrases from his original voice actor. That's Frank. And sound effects, programmable movements, and voice command recognition, and a special record feature, and a Bluetooth speaker function in alt mode. So that's kind of nice. So he does work as a speaker. And now, for $1,000 or $1,400 US, I'm still not like 100% convinced it's really worth it price wise. But there's a bit more functionality here. And he's probably, out of all of them, the most competent looking one, I think. I think out of all of them, yeah, I'm happy to say he looks probably the most competent. The cassette mode has some, what do you want to call it? There's some things that are there where you go, okay, fine. Like the, when you have him in cassette mode, his shoulders don't fully go back and would tidy up the back of the cassette player completely. So there are gaps there. There are holes in the in the shoulder, so you can see like his shoulder joint for when he'll move up and down. Concessions, fine. They're at the back of the toy. It's okay. The cassette deck opens up. There are no cassettes that go in him as of yet. I don't know whether they were suggesting with the mind wipe that will change. Maybe it's a Hasbro thing more so than a Robosen thing. He comes with his gun. Comes with a pin or a coin. Oh, it's a coin, isn't it? And then some other stuff. I think he comes with some headphones as well. I'm not entirely sure. He's got a little speaker on his back. But yeah, Soundwave. Yeah, it's a coin. It's a coin. Bluetooth, speaker mode, retro design, play music via Bluetooth, cassette player mode, iconic G1 cassette, play and record audio, play and record. I wonder what the play and record audio will sound like. How good will that be? There are 200 plus lines and 48 voice commands from good old Frank Welker. Multiplayer mini theater. Relive iconic G1 battle solo or with Megatron. Okay. We've got five programming modes: block based, PC, voice activated, manual, and easy. Yes, easy. 84 microchips, 24 servos, and 6 Axis IMUs. We're getting to the stage of small soldiers, aren't we? Now that was very cool, and people nearly died in that movie. But yeah, I mean these cost a lot. This is probably more like how the Commando Elite and the Gorgons would have actually cost. They would have probably cost like the equivalent of whatever, like the 90s equivalent of $1,000 was today, like I don't know, $500. XL says they made a couple of fun mistakes in the trailer. They used Mind Wipe as part of the cassettes, and it was a fans toy Mind Wipe. I thought it didn't. Well, I could tell it wasn't Hasbro's Mind Wipe. At least I could definitely tell that. I didn't want to mention that, but I did notice it. I was like, well, I didn't know which company it was. I thought it might have been Make Toys Mind Wipe, but that was a really old one. But very funny. It's the same thing, just bats in it. Yeah, like I say, out of all of them, probably the best. We've had Prime, Megatron. Megatron you have to make super concessions with because he can't turn into a gun. Grimlock, now Soundwave. There's isn't there like the basic Bumblebee one? I wonder if they'll do like a proper Bumblebee. I could see that in the future, them trying to crack out a real crazy Bumblebee just because he's a moneymaker. I guess you could try and do Starscream. The problem with doing Starscream is, what do? Do you make him fly? Like, how do you do that? I don't think you could make him fly as well as have all these servos and stuff in him. That's kind of the logical place you go to next, because Starscream's like the next one, the next big one to do, right? So I guess the lame way to do Starscream would be he transforms into his jet mode. he doesn't fly, but you have him like just roll around on the ground, drive like a Prime does or like Megatron does. That would be the lame way to do it. Robertson, there you go, still going. We got some in-hand images of Age of the Primes, Amalgamous Prime. I just wanted to go through these because I thought it was interesting to see just how posable not posable, but malleable he is as a Transformer, and how customizing you can kind of get with him. And it seems like there's a lot you can do. There's a lot of fun things, and if you have more of him, it looks like you could do even more stuff. I don't know what they've got him in this like minor mode, and they've got a picture of him next to a thing, but I don't recognize what it is. There's a lot of base mode stuff you can do. Yeah, it seems like this is going to be a very fun toy. Depending on QC, Amalgamous Prime will, I think, depend heavily on how good the QC is on the figure, right? Because you're going to be pulling off parts and swapping them around. And if the QC isn't good on that, that's going to be a big issue for the figure. And I think he looks, for one of the primes, he's probably the most interesting out of them. They show some side-by-side scale comparison. Yeah, he's a decent amount smaller than Studio Series Megatron, though, and a bit smaller than Prime. He's more in the range of just a little bit above Deluxe class. Not a lot, though. Like, he's fairly similar in height to Solus Prime. I couldn't remember this one, so we'll just go with Solus. He's maybe an inch. Let's just guess an inch smaller than my Cronus Prime. And is reasonably in scale with the Devastation Optimus Prime. Mr. White says, sorry, late to the stream and catching up. Robeson speakers good enough to fill a large room with sound. Oh, okay, well that's neat at least. And Exelhead says, they already made a transforming Robeson Bumblebee. Did he properly transform? Wasn't it? I remember there was a Bumblebee, but I don't remember if it was a proper transforming one. You're probably right, and I just don't remember. Mr. White says, the sound recorder is okay, but nothing special. Yeah, that makes sense. Robertson Soundwave is easily the best looking bot so far. Yeah. I still wouldn't say worth $1,000 to $1,400, but the fact that he's a Bluetooth speaker is kind of nifty. And if I had a phone, I could potentially see myself using Soundwave on a holiday as like an audio player. So like if I was ever like in a hotel, I'd pull out Soundwave and then play, Horus Rising through him to send myself to sleep. But Amalgamous Prime, yes, looks like you can do a lot with him. I just won't pay full price for him, obviously. Like I say, a neat looking boy. Fun little dude, I think. So a random reissue, because reissues are just weird still in my eyes, as you have no idea when they're coming, who it's going to be, or anything like that. Apparently, Earthrise Hoist, Earthrise Hoist is going to get has a reissue has been found at Walmart. So if you missed out on Hoist and you were like, damn, I really want a Hoist, go get him before you miss your chance again. Only a small story, but I know there are loads of Hoist enthusiasts out there. Exelhead says, still wondering how the weapons combine, unless I'm remembering it wrong, and they don't. Mr. White says, and if they didn't mention it in the article, the tapes will be 3D printed. Oh yeah, they didn't mention that. Okay. Do the cassettes actually do anything? Or will they just kind of be there, that you kind of slide in for like decoration more so than anything else, Mr. White, if you know? We have the first looks of the Prime changes, the kind of Super Kitty baby toys. More Super Kid baby toys, because babies are only allowed crap toys for Transformers. These include an Optimus Prime Cyberverse Deluxe Slight Redeco, a Bumblebee Cyberverse Slight Redeco, a Megatron only new mold, Tank Alt Mode, and then Smash Changes Optimus Prime and Optimus Primal. These are both Rise of the Beast Smash Changer toys with a slight redeco. So, all pretty lame. It's like, hey, we've got these figures still. Please buy them. They're sitting in a warehouse somewhere, so let's just repackage them and slightly redeco them. I can't tell, redeco-wise, what they've really done. The Bumblebee still looks fine. The Prime still looks fine for, deluxe figures, I suppose. How many steps I have? 18. I could see the B and the Prime being perfectly fine. How's the Megatron? Maybe the Megatron might not be terrible. Yeah. I'm looking at the Megatron. These don't look as baby as I was thinking. I'll be honest. When I saw the packaging, I was like, "Oh, you push them on the face, and maybe you'll stick the gun on the back, and you fold the legs up, and you're done. And they'll be hollow as fucking paper." It looks like these might be similar. I mean, obviously the B and the Prime are the deluxe figures from Earthspark. It's just them. The Megatron looks like he might be comparable to that, maybe. And if that's the case, there might be okay fun toys. Assuming that the quality is similar to the RID 2000 line that I glazed a few weeks ago, or months ago, with Big D. Maybe something like that. But the Megatron is G1 styled, as mentioned. He comes with his blaster, which is a bit weird looking, with blast effect. So that's kind of nice. It has a blast effect. And he comes with the Energon Mace as well. So that's kind of nice. The tank mode. It's for, again, unlike the Studio Series one, which is a leader one. So I think it's fair to be a lot harsher on it. This is a bit more of it's a bit rough. The front of the treads, the front of the tank mode has two big gaps in it. For some reason, they have Megatron's fusion cannon coming out of the same fucking way they do the turret on every fucking Megatron tank, where they put the fusion cannon and sandwich it between the shoulders. His fusion cannon also has a little gray bit coming out, which looks weird. I'd just push that part back in, personally. I think having the Megatron fusion cannon is enough of a turret. You don't need to, or a barrel for the gun. You don't need a longer, thinner barrel coming out of it. Right, it just looks weird. I'm going to assume that the turret doesn't rotate. I'm going to assume it's rather basic. But it looks okay. It doesn't look too bad. Looks like it's got shoulder articulation. The waist might be there. It looks like it might have thigh swivels. Maybe he'll have an ankle rocker. Might be okay. I might keep my eye on this. Granted, this line of figures is not super easily accessible as far as I've been able to see. I don't think I've seen... I don't know if that's true. Hang on. I might be just a lying big old bitch right now. Let me check. Let me check Amazonia. Amazon. I have a feeling it's not going to be on here. Transformers. Soundwave. Let's see if the RID Soundwave is on here. I'm assuming not. Because I was tempted by that Soundwave as I thought it looked fairly good. Not RID, Cyberverse. No, Earthspark. Earthspark Soundwave. No. Well, not the deluxe one anyway. I don't think it turned up in the UK. If it did, it would have been at like specific stores. Let's have a quick check out In Demand. In Demand, not sponsored. Just throw that out there. Not sponsored. Not sponsored. Type in Earthspark. Spark. Let's spell the words correctly, Andy. Earthspark. No Cosmos on there either. All right. Our last ditch effort. Kapow. Kapow Toys. Will Kapow Toys have the Earthspark? Not that. Earthspark. That's not how you spell spark. Spark. No. What about if I just put in Soundwave? Soundwave. Soundwave. Is there Earthspark Soundwave? No, I'm not sure how easy it was in the UK to get Earthspark Soundwave or Earthspark Cosmos, but I've checked like 3 sites of the places I would usually go, and as you've just seen, if you were watching the stream, it weren't there. Weren't there at all. Mr. White says, I'm not sure, but the size means no electronics, so these would simply be transforming toys. And I bet Hasbro don't let Roberson do that. No, that's a fair point. But I got to see / hold the Soundwave, and it makes the other bots look a bit poor in comparison. Did you get a feeling of like, would you be able to have the Soundwave, the Roberson Soundwave, stand up in a display case? Because obviously, most of the other ones, the idea of them is you take them out, you make them dance a bit, and then you put them back in their little styrofoam boxes. I assume that'll probably still be the case with the Soundwave as well, because otherwise, if you just have it standing forever on a shelf, it's going to put straining on the joints and whatnot. And Excelhead says they should have included the Macadam build, figure pieces, if they are going to reuse Cyberverse. Are they Cyberverse or are they... Oh, no, they are Cyberverse. I kept saying Earthspark for some retarded reason. They're the Cyberverse versions. Right? Yeah, no, these are the Cyberverse versions. But you gotta remember, Excel Hedge, they can't include the Macadam pieces because then you'd only have whatever piece Bumblebee came with and whatever piece Prime came with. I'm kind of more tempted to pick it up now that I know it's not Earthspark, because I enjoyed Cyberverse more. I still think Cyberverse was not a great show, but it had one arc in it where I was like, oh, this is interesting. This isn't too bad, which was the Quintesson stuff. Then that stopped and it went back to being very dull, I found. But yeah, they don't look too bad. It might, again, like I say, if I see them for a reasonable price, I wouldn't say no to having these, I don't think. But there you go. And again, the Megatron looks like it might not be poo. Or it might be. I don't know. Studio Series show off A-level Orion packs. A-level, not A-level. A-level Orion packs and Devastation Bumblebee. I remember Excel Hedge told me however many weeks ago that the Bumblebee was not what I suspected, which was going to be a reuse of the Studio Series mold and would be a new mold. And, well, here it is. Definitely looks different. At the very least, it might be a reshell, but it do look at least visually different. So the A-level Optimus Prime is... Sorry, Orion Pax. Let's read the blurb. Orion Pax, who appears in the CGI animated film Transformers 1, is recreated exactly as he appears in the film! Orion Pax is a labor robot living on the planet Sliblatron, aspiring to be a hero and working daily at the Energon Mins. Working on the surface while it was forbidden, he inherited the transformation clock from the original 13. Well, no, he got it from... I mean, he got it from one of them. Not all of them. It's whatever. Giving him the ability to transform into a vehicle mode. This set includes a large excavator, which is a big chainsaw kind of thing, used in the Energon mines, and a 3D matrix exploration map, which can be attached to his arm. It's fun. And then the Devastation Bumblebee. This figure perfectly recreates the Bumblebee from the 2015, Jesus Christ, it's 10 years old, game Transformers Devastation. Not yet released in Japan. I mean, the game? The game's not released in Japan? Well, if that's the case, I've got bad news for you. It's 10 years old, you're not getting it. Featuring the 80s robot animation design. Sort of. Transforms from robot to compact car. It also comes with 2 handguns to recreate the dual-wielding pistols seen in the game. And a blaster that pops out the ceiling in vehicle mode. Does it? Pops out the ceiling? I mean, they're very generous when they say that, because it's just a port and a peg. You just peg the gun into the top. I guess it is a different design. But that's something, I suppose. Let's have a look at the Orion packs first. We've had... No, we haven't had a Studio Series Orion Pax figure, have we? We've had a Transformers 1 Optimus Prime figure, but not an Orion Pax. So I guess this is his first figure. He has clearly little red wheels on the outside of his forearms, which is a little distracting, but it's not too bad. Generally, he doesn't look terrible. I like the fact he comes with a big, chainsaw, a double-handed chainsaw. That's kind of fun. Or grinding tool. That's kind of an unusual weapon to see with robots, or with Transformers. He has zero expression, of course, because you are not allowed to sculpt expressions at Hasbro. Your robots must be expressionless and dead inside, for they are robots. The truck mode, again, doesn't look too bad. Looks perfectly okay. That's a bit better of a robot mode. The map of Cybertron coming out of his hand, again, is fine. Nothing crazy. Again, I just look at this figure and go, yeah, I think the accessories are the more fun part of the figure. The truck mode, they show a side shot of the cab mode, and it's a bit, yeah. Clearly his legs don't do a huge amount of things here, but it's like, yeah, it's fine. Fine. I'm sure that the Bumblebee looks like the Studio Series one, at least the head does. It looks like the Studio Series head. I'm sure it's not, but I'm looking at it and going, it has to be. It has to be. Mr. White says, the Robertson Soundwave has apparently more motors than Prime or Megs, but looks like it can sit in either mode with no strain on any motors. Oh, that's good. I think most will keep him in bot mode. The one concern at the moment is... Sorry, the one concern at the Mo is certain moves with his arms can topple him forward. Ah, okay. But the two bots seen are prototypes. Fair play. Fair play. Bumblebee. I think an issue I have with the Bumblebee is the face. Clearly it needs a black wash over it. But just because of the promo images, it looks like the yellow's bleeding through the white paint on his face. But that might just be the photo, the studio photo that they've taken more so than anything else. It looks like he has a chunk cut out of his thigh as well. Like right here, there's a big, like someone's taken a nom out of his thigh. I'm sure that's to make up for the transformation and whatnot, but it's noticeable. Otherwise, it looks like a solid B. I like his little car modes, very cute. I wonder if this will be better received than the Prime figure. The Devastation Prime figure, because a lot of people... I hear mixed things about that figure. I hear some people say that the Deluxe Devastation Prime's not bad, or Deluxe Optimus Prime. Then other people say it's dog shit, so it's like, well, yeah, you can't win. Maybe this will be a little bit better received because it is Bumblebee. And there are certain expectations, I suppose, with the Bumblebee figure compared to an Optimus Prime figure. I do like the little car mode. I don't care that much that he has two blasters. I think it's really annoying that his blasters are hollow. Like on the inside of them, there's just giant divots missing, which is kind of lame, but it's Hasbro in this day and age, so it's, that's what you do. But yeah, these two figures are okay. They're not bad. Not bad. Bumblebee is probably my favorite of the two. New figure-wise, we have some Age of the Prime figures. Reveals, finally. We see Sideways, I did get that right. The Armada Sideways bike dude. And we find out that, yes, he does do the Headmaster gimmick. He has his two Headmaster partners, so you can give him the Autobot head or the Decepticon head, or keep it as the weird neutral head that was never really used in the show. These images don't really show any of his... I'm sure there were some images of Sideways with the heads on him. I'm sure there were. Let's see, have a quick look. I'm positive. Oh, yeah, we got more pictures here of Sideways. That's weird. Proportionally, he doesn't look too bad. I think that there's a good image here of, like, his feet in robot mode. The inside of his feet are a little bit wider than the outside of his feet. So his feet kind of go like, okay, so imagine his thigh just runs straight down, or his calf muscle just runs straight down, and then one side of the foot is a little bit thicker than the other, so it almost looks like he's pointing his toes inwards which is a bit of an odd look. Otherwise, proportionally, it doesn't look too bad. The head looks a bit weird. Like the normal head, it looks like it's a little bit higher than it should be because it's floating on this like purple neck joint. But with these photos, it doesn't look quite as bad. I think you can still notice that the neck joint makes it look a little bit weird. But I think that's obviously to accommodate the two mini-con partners, which can combine into the driver and can drive him, which I do appreciate. The individual mini-cons look obviously weird, but they do have some articulation. The one that are the legs has leg articulation, so it has knees and it has a little bit of ankle joints. But the arms clearly don't really do anything, while the one that are the arms doesn't really have anything in the legs, but has the ability to move its arms. That's fine. The original one didn't do too much, and these look better than the original one uncombined. They were a little bit messy before. I will say, for the benefit of the original one, they did have the minor thing where the face of Sideways for these headmaster things were hidden. So they covered up the eyes, like the black panels shunted down over the eyes so you couldn't see them, and the gray panel did the same. Obviously, you knew what they were, but it hid the fact that they were just faces a little bit better. Sideways bike mode, to my eyes, looks like how it probably should look, from what I recall. Do we not see an image of the head on? No, we don't. It's not even on the back of the packaging, which is kind of odd. Huh. That is odd. I would have thought at the very least you'd show that the two mini-cons could be interchanged into the head as like a feature for the figure, but they haven't. Obviously, we know as fans that's what they do. I don't see any images of that, unless they've got it somewhere else, which obviously might be the case, but I don't think they do. Odd though. Generally though, Sideways, yes, I think he looks okay. Again, looks very similar to the original toy. I think he will transform a little bit differently, mainly because his feet will not be quite as curled, pointy shoes as they were originally, and I'm sure the articulation will be a little bit better. But I think proportionally, he looks like he might be a little bit nicer. Not massively though. But yeah, I'm reasonably happy with this. It also comes with 2 sticks, which on the original toy went into his forearms for his missile launching gimmick. Here they're being used as twatting sticks, or you can just plug them into where they were and pretend that they're guns. So that's cool. Also, we got images of Swindle, Voyager. Remember, he is a Voyager Swindle for the Combaticons. And I think they try and justify that price point by giving him an extra trailer. So he's going to be dragging along a compact little black trailer thing, which will be able to transform into effectively a shoulder-mounted bazooka. So it's a big lump of plastic that hasn't gone towards the transformation or anything else. It's gone towards just a big lump of gimmick. Unless it's specifically for Bruticus's gun or something like that. It's like, oh, okay. All right. I don't think it looks too bad, though, just generally. I'm thinking of how he looks compared to Scrapper. And I think he does look better than how Scrapper looked. Do I think he looks like he is significantly in the range of, like, he's a Voyager? Like, if I just showed you this image, the standard image of Swindle here, would you, and you didn't know he was a Voyager, would your mind initially go, yes, he's 100% a Voyager figure? I don't think so, because we know height-wise he has to mesh up with the other one, so he's going to be deluxe scale in terms of height. And I think that's why they give you this big old blob of gun to kind of make you go, oh, okay, I am getting value for my money here, and I don't know. Generally, though, looks fine. Happy enough with how he looks. Don't think he looks too bad. Maybe his arms are a little on the thin side. The desert buggy mode, again, looks fairly nice, I think, as well. Clearly, I don't care about the trailer. Never mind. But yeah, Swindle doesn't look too bad. It does look like, and I don't know this for sure, the window screen for his truck mode, it looks like the window wipers are a sticker. It looks like the window screens are awkwardly painted on. Maybe the window wipers are not a sticker. Maybe the window screen, which is a tampo, I would imagine, of some sort, have been designed so it looks like there's a window wiper here. So it's not actually a window wiper. It's just where the sticker has been. Oh, sorry, the tampo has been designed to make it look like it's a window wiper. Maybe that's how they're doing that, because it does look a bit weird. You can tell this. It looks here that it's not like molded plastic, the window wiper at least. But yeah, okay. Next up, we have Onslaught and our first shots of Bruticus. Let's go back to the other place, because I think we have better images of the Onslaught here than we did on the official pre-order announcement. Yes, we do. Well, we have a few more images at the very least. Okay, one or two. Do we have a good one here? Oh no, do you want a white background or a black background? I don't think it really matters. Okay, Onslaught. So I saw today a pre-order image of him going up on Big Bad Toy Store for $99 US. I'm pretty sure the previous Commander, which was Silverbolt, was $89.99, not $99.99. So it looks like Onslaught might be going up in price to $100 effectively. So again, is he worth $100? $100 plus $224. Let's just round it by a cent just to make things easier. Plus $50 for two deluxes, plus $70 for the two voyages. So we've got $70 plus $50 plus $100. So $220, give or take. Is Bruticus worth $220 versus a third-party Bruticus, which is obviously, depending on which one you go for, can range from that much anyway. I think that is we are now at that point where it's really important to start thinking about the value of money versus a third-party figure. Unless you can guarantee yourself that you'll be able to get these on significant discount. But let's just have a look at Onslaught on his own. His feet are weird. I tell you what his feet look like. Let's see if I can find an image of it, because it's going to be hard to describe. They remind me of trampoline shoes. Trampoline shoes, which were a stupid gimmick toy from the 90s. There they are. Oh my god, they're still a thing. They're still a thing that exists. Okay, let's get them up on screen. There we go. His feet remind me like these. They're called Stay Active Moon Shoes. They remind me of these things. You remember these? I remember these being on adverts. Yes, Onslaught's feet design remind me of those moon shoes. They look a little bit weird visually, I think. He's got a very big groin. His groin's massive because obviously it's going to be Bruticus's groinal area. From the waist up, I don't think he looks too bad. I think that's fine and dandy and fine. We just want Onslaught, thank you. Clearly, he has a trailer. This is the way that they are able to do the Bruticus figure. Fine. Oh no, why does he have a massive groin? Bruticus's groin is not going to be Onslaught's groin. So his dick's just huge for some reason. The battle platform mode, a bit boring, but fine. It's not really what it's intended for. It's an extra kind of stapled on mode where you go, yeah, it's okay. It's all right. I don't like the vehicle mode. This is not G1 accurate at all. Not even a little bit. I don't know if we've got images of the trailer off of the cab. I have seen them where someone was just holding the Onslaught trailer. The Onslaught cab without the trailer attached. See if I can find the image. Is it in the blue prototype image or not? I don't think it is. No, it's not here. I mean, do you know when you've seen an image and you're like, okay, where is it? And it's like, good luck finding that again. Good luck, Andy. We'll have a quick look. We won't spend too long doing this, but if I can find it, that would be dandy. No, that's too far back. It must have been on the first post they did. This one? Unless we've seen this one. No, okay. Either way, you can see, I was hoping that the trailer would move further up to the cab of the car where the people would sit, so it had more of a G1 look to it, but that's not the case. Onslaught's vehicle mode kind of looks a bit like a 4x4 is how I would describe his vehicle mode. He's a 4x4, you know, with a cover that goes over the truck. Sorry, the bed mode, the bed part. It's like a little camper bit that goes over that, which then clicks onto the trailer, which is his standard trailer. So it's not accurate at all. The side of the hips are incredibly visible for Bruticus on the trailer and the vehicle mode. So they haven't even tried to hide that. You could say at least with Menasor, from what I remember, I'm pretty sure his trailer, you couldn't see. Oh no, you could see bits on the front of it, couldn't you? No, I was gonna say they hid it better. I think that would be a lie though. But yeah, I don't think this looks, again, for $100 US. I don't think this looks great. But what about Bruticus? How does Bruticus look? Squat is how I would describe him. I would describe Bruticus as, if you look at the, hang on. Let's open Photoshop. Let's see if I can fix him on stream to make him look a little bit better. Okay? Because I think he might be okay, but I know what to do. Hang on, let's do that. Paint this white. Is it not? Can I not just make a layer? Yes, rectangle tool. Oh god, just go above everything, please. No, Photoshop, why you gotta fight me? I'll turn on the screen again, hang on. Boop. There you go. That's my setup for making templates for my crappy thumbnails. I hope you like it. Alright, so we got that. Deselect. Then let's get the Bruticus photo. Bruticus photo. Lob him in here. Okay, so what I think we need to do is we need to go and cut off Bruticus at the waist here. Okay. Okay, so we have Bruticus's legs as a separate layer. So what we do now, Control T, put it back to where it should be, to there. And then we just... Look at that! We've already fixed him. We've already fixed him. By just stretching the legs out a little bit more, he already looks better, I think. So that's what he has. Normal legs. What's redo? Is it R? It's not. That's not. What's redo? Redo transform. Control Z. Obviously, I've not lined it up perfectly, but you get the idea. Normal Bruticus. Is it? It's close enough to be normal. Then Control T. Like that. To me, he is way too squat, right? Just going back and forth. They just needed to make his thighs a little bit longer to really help out with the mode here. Maybe, again, increase the groin area for Bruticus. I mean, if you wanted, you could make them a little bit longer and, again, help out the proportions again. Then that takes it back to what I had it at, and that's the newer version again. I think as well, because of the size of the arms, you could probably reduce the size of the arms a little bit. But I think just extending the legs out would have been enough to make the figure, to me, at the very least to me, seem a lot more proportional, right? He'd also be taller, which would help as well. And it sorts out the arms a lot more. If your legs and your arms are weirdly proportioned, it's going to look weird. I think it's interesting how they've got Swindle and Brawl kind of sitting in these little alcoves to make up the legs. I think that works quite nicely. It's just the proportions. It's just the proportions are just not quite there. And Hasbro has a thing with the proportions not always hitting. Most of the time, I don't mind, but for this, it's why I use the image for this week's show as a man taking his little ugly child out for a walk. You know when like a child has short little legs and it's misproportioned because it hasn't grown properly, hasn't finished growing, and hasn't hit the growth spurt, so its arms and legs are all over the place, as children usually are. Reminded me of that. Mr. White says third parties are working on Bruticus thighs right now. That is true. But remember, Mr. White, that means that you'll need to pay. We worked out about $220 for Bruticus plus an upgrade kit, which will probably be another $30 to $40 to $60. So now we're getting again into the price of like near $300. You know. And Bruticus heals. Oh, yeah. You can maybe do with a bit more healage at the back here. XL Hedge says, Andy quit hating and let my short king run around in his romper stompers. You gotta let him dance. No one puts baby in the corner. XL Hedge also had said previously, give me Bruticus, give me Ruination. My Velocitron, message just ruined it out of the way. My Velocitron Scourge needs his crew. We haven't. Oh no, we have seen a repaint of the Stundercons. Eventually, did into G2. Nothing yet for the aerial bots, but I assume they'll get a G2 outing. I guess will they do G2 or Ruination, or will they go and double dip because Ruination will sell. If they don't, I think Japan would. I could see at the very least Japan doing Ruination, which again would be rather expensive. So for me, I'm glad I saw this because this is an easy pass for me. I'm not going to get the Combaticons because I don't want to have to pay a lot more for having to get the whole set plus things to sort out the thighs and everything. But again, remember how quick I managed to... This looks like the joke image, right? This looks like the standard image, looks like the joke, and my image looks like the real one. Right? Look at it. Someone went, what if we made him really small? Isn't that funny? Hang on, let's do the reverse. There's the Hasbro version. That's the Hasbro one, guys. Doop, 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 doop. I am Bruticus. There you go. And if you want to, I guess you want to do something reasonably stupid. Oops. I need to actually just do the head if I'm going to do that. Oop. You liar. I have done it. Why are you saying it's empty? It's clearly there. You liar. I want to make his head big. I want to quickly make his head giant. Very, very quickly, so it's going to be super rough. Oh, fuck you. I'm not going to do it then. Fine. I don't care. I didn't have anything else selected. Fine. I don't care. Fuck you, Photoshop. You bitch. There you go. Bruticus. Mr. White says, that's the blocky version. Or the real one? Or the one that this Stumpy boy? Because technically you might be right. You might be right. But there you go. That's Bruticus. Oh god. Bruticus without the limbs. Without the guys attached to his limbs. That's a bit of a horrifying look. I think they showed that on the blue version, don't they? Because they had a blue prototype at CCXP. Whatever the fuck that is. Some convention. Oh, Comic-Con Experience. Okay, that makes more sense. They had a very delicious soapy blue, Like, this is the kind of blue that if you chew on him, your mouth's gonna get washed out, right? Oh, also, no posable fingers at all. Completely closed fist. So no pin going through the hands and opening and closing. So that's something to note if you were really interested in that. There he is. Oh no, they don't show him completely empty. They do show him with those prototypes on. I thought they showed him without them. I guess it's only on the other image that we saw. Yeah, oh, the back of the box, there he is, without the limbs on, where he looks a bit weird. But that's fine. That's fine. So Onslaught, he's coming. He hasn't done much for me, but he's coming. So TFCon have released an ass ton of guests. We're going to get 8. Well, we're not, but they're going to be getting the EJ Sue, artist comic extraordinaire. They're also going to be getting Mr. Alex Milne, Sexual Milne, is going to be there. We're also getting Colin Murdoch, voice of Quick Strike from Beast Wars. Alec Willows, voice of Tarantulas from Beast Wars Neo. And Venus Terzo from Beast Wars Neo. Sorry, not Beast Wars Neo, Beast Wars as Black Arachnia. So a lot of Beast Wars cast members are going to be there. So if you're a big fan of Beast Wars, this is clearly the place to go and see them all. Yippee. That's it. That's all of the news for this week, boys and girls. In terms of things that I have been up to, I got really lucky and got the upgrade for my Space Crusade box, which was the Eldar Attack, which is usually very rare and very expensive. And it had all 10 of the Eldar in. It had all 10 of their all of their accessories in. It had the bottom of the only thing that it was missing was the 2 warp gate tokens that you put into a little card thing, which I already have. And it also was missing the tokens, which I already have as well. It had everything else, and I got that for 50 quid. Usually when I see these Eldar Attack minis on their own, just the Eldar on their own, one Eldar usually goes for about £12, £12.99. The champion I've only seen once complete on eBay, and it's still on eBay, for $35.99, not including postage. So to get them all, plus all the special weapons, for 50 quid, was a steal. It was a very lucky find, I think. The only other stuff I've been up to is I've been painting. So I've been painting the stuff I got round, my birthday time. So I got the Phoenix Court, and I've been painting them up. The Phoenix Lords of the Eldar. I got them because it was a made-to-order thing from GW, and I was like, I'll paint them up. So I managed to get most of them painted. I've got like 2 that I haven't done. So I've done Fugun's done. I've done Mugen Ra. I've got to try and remember all the names. I've done Karandras, Striking Scorpion Dude. Baroth, the Swooping Falcons, and the one I'm least happy with is the Avatar of Cain. I've got a Azuraman, something like that, the Dire Avengers to do, and the Woman of the Banshees, and then they'll all be done. So I've been doing a lot of painting. These have been fairly fun to paint. The Avatar wasn't, because I was trying to go for like he's on fire effect. So the outer parts would be like black and be like rocks, the lava that's hardened, and then the gaps in between would be like the glowy parts, and that wasn't easy to do, and it's kind of messy. I wish it came out a lot cleaner, but it's the best I could do. the Lord Baroth, I was pretty happy with how he turned out, because I gave him some quite colorful wings and all that jazz, and I thought he looked quite good. I think generally I've done an okay job with these guys, and because they're all old models, I like them more. I'm still on the hunt for just more and more metal models from our old Warhammer days, as I much prefer them to the newer stuff. I think they're a lot of fun to paint, to be honest. So, anything else I've been up to? Just been playing video games. I did a podcast with Mr. White, who's in chat at the moment, yesterday, for the Fluff and Hammer. I'll be getting that done and dusted reasonably soon, and then I think Mr. Gruff's going to want me to upload that to the Fluff and Hammer, so that'll be going up reasonably soon. Oh, that's right. XL had mentioned Space King. Space King had their episode yesterday? Question mark. And I watched that. That was a lot of fun. I don't think it was their funniest episode. I still enjoyed it. I think my favorite one's been the the Blood Purge episode with the Exsanguinators. I think that's been my favorite one so far. But I don't get me wrong, I still enjoyed it, and I will give it to them. Those guys know how to do merch. Their t-shirts for Space King are really cool, and I'm sure. Let me check, because I'm 90% sure Space King merch is a penis to get if you live in the UK. I'm 90% sure. Space King. Praise be to Space King. Praise be to you. Okay, Space King website. That's right, they got the vinyl figure, which is kind of fun. Oh, wow. 141 pounds. I mean, the t-shirts are expensive. They're 32 pounds for a t-shirt. They are very cool t-shirts, but they're a lot. Does it say terms of service, shipping policy? We've got for US. I don't see international. International. Yeah, international doesn't pop up on here. I'm sure they do ship internationally. Does anybody have any Space King stuff? Andy, Excelhead says, Andy, will you be getting the paintable Psycho Warrior? For 35 quid? Probably not. Probably not. I'd rather a t-shirt, to be honest, if I could. Mr. White says, Andy and I guided the various TED Talks Big D carried out. It's true. We were talking about the, what do you call it? The Imperial Guard. That's what we did. Yeah, I'd probably get a t-shirt if I could. I wouldn't mind that. But again, not being able to see what postage is concerning. Because I'm guessing it doesn't tell me here what shipping is for a t-shirt either. No, it doesn't. Just shows me the FlashGit stuff. If anybody knows what the postage is for this stuff is, let me know. I wouldn't mind knowing how much this is to have it posted to me. To me. It must be free. Look at that. Free shipping over $125. Ups and up select countries. Jesus. Free gift with $100 purchase. Jesus. Yeah. So that's what I did. I watched Space King as well. Has it been up to anything else? I finished watching Kamen Rider Gav. Mikey said it was the best of the current era of Kamen Rider shows. I would describe it as very 5 out of 10. They have ideas in that show, which I'm like, oh, you could expand on this. They have this whole dark treat thing where the monsters are compelled to hunt humans to turn them into dark treats, which are basically an analogy for drugs. As people get the monsters get hooked on them and need to keep going. There's never a side story of like a monster coming off of them. And like that thing of being like, like with a drug addict who like can't help themselves but go back. You could have done something like that. That would have been an interesting aspect of the storytelling. They didn't. There's no interesting like story beats or anything here. It's just a very flat, standard Kamen Rider show where you watch and you go, yep, that's fine. It's okay. You're not gonna get anything if it's your first Kamen Rider show. Yeah, you might enjoy it, you might not. But it's not something where you'll watch it and go, oh wow, this is they do some cool things here. It's just, yep, okay, well, fair enough. And I think that's it. I think that's all I've been up to. I've not been sleeping, but that's no one cares about that but me. Waking up in the morning going, oh, feeling like death. I don't think that's ever going to get better. I think that's only going to get worse and worse as I get older, which is concerning. Mr. White says the $35 unpainted Psycho Warrior costs £7 to ship. Huh. Yeah, it's probably, to be fair, Mr. White, you're probably right. It probably is $35. Is it? Let's check. USA. Okay. Dollar. How do you not find this stuff? Why is it like this? It's basically invisible. Let's go to the bottom. I have to get so close to my screen to see this stuff. I could barely read any of that. 45. Okay, so they don't do it. They don't do a Hasbro where they just twist it round. Then taxes are £8. Damn. So a grand total of 50 quid for a figure. Yeah, that's a little bit much for me. I like Space King. I don't like Space King for 50 quid. 50 quid could go towards me trying to get a metal dreadnought, a second edition metal dreadnought, or quite a few like little mini metal figures. That's something I would prefer. But again, I really like Space King. I would like to support it, but I'm not financially happy in myself enough to spend that much money. Again, even if I won the lottery, I think I'd be a bit more. And if I won the lottery, if I had like silly amounts of money, I'd do it. But I'd still be a bit more like a And I don't know why, but I feel as Mr. White works in banking, he's not a financial advisor, but works in banking. It'd be one of those things I'd be like, oh, Mr. White, I won the lottery. He'd be like, oh, very good, Andy. I went and bought and spent like 50 quid on a Space King thing. And then I just imagine Mr. White sitting there and just like a frown appearing on his face, like, could have done something better with that, Andy. I'm like, yeah, I know. I know. I'm sorry. You should invest. Get some bonds going, Andy. I already have them. But yeah, that's everything I've been up to. I can't think of anything else. Next week we will. Mr. White says I'd be very strict with you. To be fair, I've got quite a good financial advisor. He's a good lad. He helped me as well with probate and stuff, which was an arse. Which I tried to do probate on my own, and then then I was introduced to this financial advisor as my other one had retired, and he was like, oh, I can help you out. And I was like, oh, thank God. And I got probate all sorted. Yeah, he's a good lad. But yes, thank you very much for coming by, everybody. Next week, we'll be back with Big D talking about part 2 of the last Michael Bay Transformers movie, The Last Night, if it's that one. We'll be back for that next week. You can find me on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube, and all those places at Decayed Andy, Rotten Flesh of a Human Being, playing Hades at the moment. AI Limited as well. We're doing that, having a good old time. Shockingly, Hades 2 is still a very fun game. Still enjoying that. Who knew? And we are on the Moonbase 2 Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, all those places as Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast, ccbunker.weebly.com. We are on the Moonbase 2 forums as well, and we're here on a Sunday at 9:30 in the evening UK time on Twitch and YouTube as well. For the lovely people who joined us tonight, thank you very much as ever. Hopefully we will see you next week, and until then, have a very good day, good evening, and of course a good night, and I'll see you next week. Yeah.